Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Exercise 5b. Actually, it's a review exercise, like all the ideas, all the concepts that you have learned in exercise 5a, b, c and d. We are going to revise all those ideas. So here I made a list of the keywords. Now better have a look at them. Pause the video here. These are the keywords. If you find these keywords in the questions, in the word problems, then it will be easy for you to decide that which formula to use. Right? Okay, so markup, gain, increase, all these are the words that we usually use for the case of percentage increase. And markdown, loss, decrease, sale, discount, loss, less, all these are the words that could be used for the case of decreased percentage. Okay, whenever we want to find the final price or the final amount, we find such words in the word problems, like what is the final price after discount, or what is the selling price after discount, what is the price now, purchase price. So all these words, right? Better have a look at them and try to keep these points in your mind, because these points, these words will help you to decide which formula to use in the word problems. So here I have taken some examples from the book. Whenever they ask you to find the percentage markup, percentage error, percentage increase, or you can say they ask you to find percentage markdown, that means whatever the value is given for the error markup, you will write that value in the numerator and divide it by the original buying in price. So the buying in price right now in this example is 3,500 and the markup given in the example is 840. Already I explained this example in one of my video. Then when you are ready with this fraction, you have to multiply it with the 100. Because whenever you want to change a fraction into a percentage, we always multiply the fraction with the 100. So then you will simplify. So the answer is becoming 24%. Look at example number 2. It says during a sale, a store offers 10% discount. So here is the keyword, like we have 10% discount. Discount means that it's a case of decrease. What is the purchase price? Now another keyword. Purchase price means the final price. They want us to find the final price of a jacket. If it is marked $70, means right now the price of the jacket is $70. What if they will give us a 10% discount? Then how much will be the cash price? How much will be the purchase price or selling price? All these three words, or the ones I'm using for the price, they tell us to use or to find the final value. Right? To find the final value, we always need to find the multiplying factor. So what is the multiplying factor? Because it's a case of decreased percentage. So what we are going to do, we will subtract this 10 from 100. It will give us 90. So it's actually 90%. And then you will change it into a fraction, 90 out of 100. And the next step is very simple. Whenever you want to find the purchase price, how will you get it? You will multiply the multiplication factor. This is the multiplication factor. You will multiply it with the price of that jacket or the price of that item. So it's 70 right now. You can put 1 under it, and now we can cancel. We can cancel this 0 with this one. The first one can go with the first one. This second 0 can be cancelled with this one. Remember, whenever you want to cancel the zeros, we cancel the zeros that are in the numerators with the zeros that are in the denominator, and we have to cancel them one by one. So we are left only with 9 and 7 in the numerator. So 9 times 7 is 63, and in the denominator we have 1. So finally you will pay $63 for that jacket. It says find the selling price. So they want us to find the selling price. What is selling price? Selling price is the final price. Okay. Of a football marked 25 pounds plus VAT at 20%. So what is the meaning of plus? Plus means it's a case of increased percentage, right? So first you will have to find the multiplying factor. How will you get the multiplying factor? We can get the multiplying factor just by adding 100 into this 20. It will give us 120%. That means it will be 120 out of 100. Now to find the selling price, what can you do? Multiply this multiplying factor, that is 120 out of 100, by the amount that of the price of the football, it's 25 out of 1. Now it's up to you how you simplify it, but I prefer whenever I see 25 and 100, I know that 25 and 100 are in the same multiplication table, so I can cancel this. 25 ones are 25 and 25 fours are 100. So finally I will get over here in the numerator 120 out of 4. When you will divide 120 by 4, you will get 30 pounds, right? So the selling price of the football will be 30 pounds because you have to pay VAT tax with it, so it will be more now. It will not be 25 pounds, you have to pay more including this VAT tax. Clear? If you look at example number 3, it says an article is sold for 252 pounds. If this gives a markup of 5%, find the buying in price. Now what is buying in price? Buying in price is the original value. Here in these two examples I was saying final value. Here I'm saying original value. So it's the opposite. If you have memorized the formulas, if you remember it, I mean, we first of all we find the multiplying factor. Again it's a case of markup, means it's a case of increased percentage. So what will you do? It will be 100 plus 5, that will give us 105 percentage. That means 105 out of 100. Now circle this multiplication factor because we are not going to use as it is. To find the original price, or you can say the buying in price, we will flip this this multiplication factor. So it is not going to be 105 over 100. We will use it as 100 out of 105, and now multiply it by 252. Simplify it where it's possible. I mean divide it, and finally the answer will become 240 pounds. Clear? So this is how I gave you all different types of examples. Now in the next questions, all these ideas are going to be used. So better on each slide I will ask you to pause the video, solve the question on your own, and then you will play the video to check the answers. So here we have question number 1. It says a house is bought for 70,000 pounds and sold at a profit of 20%. Find the selling price. So we have two keywords, profit and selling price. Profit means that when you will get the multiplying factor, 100 will be added to this one, right? So find the multiplying factor. Okay, it will be 100 plus this 20, that will be 120%. That means the multiplying factor is going to be 120 out of 100, right? How we will get the selling price? Selling price is the final price. What is selling price? It's the final value. So how do we get the final value? We just multiply the multiplying factor with the amount that is mentioned in the question. It's 70,000. So multiply 70,000. We can cancel these two zeros with these two zeros. Please remember, we can cancel the zeros only the numerators and denominators, not the zeros of the numerator with the numerator, right? So here 120 times we are left with 700. So we have 2 zeros here, 1 zero here. So we can put 3 zeros in the answer. And now 12.7 is 84 out of 1. So finally your answer, your selling price will be how much? It will be 84,000 pounds. This is the selling price, right? Okay, now better pause the video here, and because here also you have to find the selling price. It's a case of loss, it's a case of decreased percentage. Pause the video here, solve it on your own. So here is the answer. First I got the multiplying factor by subtracting because it's a case of loss. So it's 98 out of 100. Then I multiplied this multiplying factor with the original price of the carpet. Okay, let's solve some more examples. I will just help you to underline the keywords and then you will solve them on your own. An art dealer sold a picture for this one, thus making a profit of 60%. What did she pay for it? So here we have the word profit. That means profit is a case of increased percentage, right? What did she pay for it means how much, you can say, what was her buying in price. Now buying in price is actually the final price, and here you can see that they have used the past tense. What did she pay for it? So this means that they want to know the original price of the picture, right? So it's a case of how do we find the original value? First we find the multiplying factor. The same way, what is the multiplying factor now? It's 100 plus 60, that will be 160%. That means we can write it as 160 out of 100. So keep this in your mind, because you are trying to find the original value, the actual value of the carpet. So how will you find it? The picture. So original value or original price or the buying in price, right? All these words are whenever we have to find the original value. So how will you find the original value? We have to flip the multiplying factor, so it will become 100 out of 160 and times it by 3200. What can we cancel now? We can just cancel this 0 with this one. So here we have 1, 2, 3 zeros and 32. So 32 with the 3 zeros out of 16. So when you will divide 32,000 by 16, it will give you 2,000 pounds. So the final, the original price of the picture was actually 2,000 pounds, right? Okay, let's solve the next question. My present average weekly grocery bill is 13.65 pounds, which is 5% more than the same goods cost me an average each week last year. What was my average weekly grocery bill last year? Okay, so they want us to find the bill that was last year. This one is 5% more. This is the, you can say this is the bill right now, and they want us to go back to the last year to find the original bill, right? So what do they want us to find? The original bill. And this is the case of what? This is the case of increased percentage. So what will you do? You will get the multiplying factor. Okay, better pause the video here and solve it on your own now. So here is the answer, students, because we were multiplying here 13.65 by 100. So I moved the decimal 2 places to the right side and it gave me 1365. Let's solve some more questions. So here we have when water freezes, its volume increases by 4%. What volume of the water is required to make 312 cubic centimeters of ice? So this is we have the final, you can say, volume of the water. They want us to, the volume of the ice. Ice is the final value, or you can say it's the final item, final thing. But what was in the beginning? In the beginning it was water, right? Ice is the final value, water is the original value. So they want us to know how much water, volume of the water is required to make this final. So we have the final, they want us to find the original. So how do we find the original? As we did in the last questions, to find the original, first we have to get the multiplying factor. So I will get the multiplying factor by adding 4, because it's a case of increase, so it will become 100 and 100 plus 4, that will be 100. Okay, better I explain you. Pause the video and complete it on your own. So here is the answer, students. 300 cubic centimeters water is required to make 312 cubic centimeters of ice. What is Fred Proctor's gross weekly wage if after paying deduction of 20% he is left with 160 pounds? So after deduction means this is the final value. This is the final value. Deduction has been done 20%, and deduction means it's a case of decreased. They want us to find the original value, right? Because after, this word after means they have done the deduction and this is the final value. They want you to find the original value. So the way we did question number 7, solve question number 8 as well. So we got here 200 pounds. Let's solve now these two questions. These two questions are a little bit different from the other questions. Potatoes bought at 4 pounds per 50 kilograms per 50 kilogram bag are sold at 10 pence per kilogram. Find the percentage profit. So if you look at the keywords, we have percentage profit. Okay, it means first of all I have to know how much is the profit. But if you notice that he bought as he spent 4 pounds to buy 50 kilograms. But when you look at the second amount, it says 10 pence per kg. So it means this one we have to change it into he sold for each kg he got 10 pence. So how much he will get for 50 kilograms? So first of all you have to multiply these 10 pence by 50 to know the total selling price, right? So 10 times 50 will give us 500 pence. That is equal to actually 5 pounds, because 1 pound has 1 pound has 100 pence. So 500 pence will give us 5 pounds. So what is the profit? How much profit did he get? So the profit is, this is the selling price and this is the original price. So to know the profit, or to know, if you remember in the beginning of this chapter I told you that whenever we want to find the profit or the loss, we subtract it from the larger value, the smaller value. So it's giving us 1 pound. This shows that his profit is 1 pound. Now how can we change the profit into, how can we find the profit percentage? So let's find the profit percentage. For that one, we always write the profit in the numerator, because we need the fraction. To change it into percentage, we need the fraction. And to make the fraction, we always write, let's say if it is about the profit, we write the profit in the numerator. If it's about the markup, we write the markup in the numerator. If it's about the error, we write the error in the numerator. And what do we write in the denominator? The amount, that is the original amount. So what is the original amount? It's 4. Okay, I mean the original price of the potatoes. So times it by what? 100. We always, whenever we want to change something into percentage, any fraction into percentage, we multiply it by 100. So we are getting 100 out of 4. That means it's 25%. Okay, now better pause the video here. The next question is the same idea. Solve it on your own. So here is the answer, students. Is percentage profit is 20%. Remember, here he sold 3 pounds for each article. So first you will multiply 3 by 80, because the total articles are 80. So the total price will become 240. Right? Then to find the profit, you will subtract 200 from 240, it's 40. So like the next steps are exactly the same like this. Okay, that's all for this exercise, girls. Hope you understand it.